kid, you got some fucking pair of balls. And he goes, let me go upstairs and put on my sneakers. His younger brother had been on North Bergen state championship team. So he came downstairs, and right away we just went over fundamentals. We went over a bunch of shit. You know, I talked to him a little bit about college ball. I mean, I talked to him a little bit about high school ball. You know, I wanted to see what I was getting myself into, but it was just like stand-up comedy. You know, when I look back at my basketball career and how I fucking dove myself in it, it's like stand-up. I got a job at Cooney's, a club called Woodson in Colorado, and I watched fucking comedy from February till I finally got some balls between my legs and went up on stage on July 19th. So I knocked on this guy's door. He fucking helped me with basketball. And brother, that night I went home and I committed myself to basketball. I did everything I had to do. I lifted fucking weights. I used to sit on the wall, like you put your back against the wall and just sit there to strengthen my legs. I would run at night at McKinley School with a girl named Kathy Moran. We're still dear friends. We would get together at night and just do cross-country fucking running. And I would play basketball 8 to 10 fucking hours a day. In the summers, my days started at 8. I would take my bike and ride up to the fucking projects and take 300 jump shots just like fucking Jerry West. I mean, I was all fucking in going into the 8th grade. As a matter of fact, the summer of me going into the 8th grade was 77. I found out about a different camp that was going on in Jersey City called Superstar Basketball Camp. And it was run by Bob Hurley, Billy and Danny's fucking father. The guy that fucking brought the Hurley brothers into the fucking world. Because he coached St. Anthony's of Jersey City. So I went down to his camp, and that was the week that fucking Elvis Presley died, August of 77. Who the fuck do you think you're dealing with? And I went down to this camp, and in my category, I won Outstanding Rebounder. Listen, guys, that meant more to me. That had taken me out of the fucking shallows of the grave I was in. Between the Catholic school thing, the fucking, the girl who broke my heart, getting left back, the fucking Sunday school. See, listen, guys, I tell you about all the good things. I never tell you about the bad things because I didn't want to be. Listen, if you want a violin, I'll be a violin. I'll sit here hour after hour every week and just play a violin for you of all the bad shit that happened. But I just talked to you about the good stuff that happened because we don't need to know about the bad shit that happened. But it's time that I came out with the bad shit that happened. It was bad. It was bad. My fucking, and this is way before my mom died. I don't want you guys to say, you know, I did a podcast after that whole thing went down. I'm not going to tell you with who. I did a big time podcast, and with the thing with the videotape, when I said that the 20 chicks sucked my dick, and I meant that the same chick sucked my dick 20 times, the same retarded chick. It wasn't 20 different retards. It's who would suck my dick? You have to be fucking retarded, especially at that time in '97. But after I said that, I'm like, I don't even know what we're talking about, Mike. That's how fucking on fire I am.
Podcast, and then you didn't put it out, remember?
No, so I did this fucking podcast with a guy that's a popular guy, and, you know, he was trying to blame my life on my mom's death. Listen, if you want me to sit here and play a violin for you and tell you the reason why I did coke, the reason why I stole, the reason why I became a criminal, and the reason why I threw somebody in the trunk of a car was because of the death of my mother. If you want to buy that, I'll tell you that. If that's what you want to buy, that's what you've been buying. That's the story you've been buying from every fucking hooker with a fucking has a heartbreak story. Every hooker has a heartbreak story. If you want to buy that story, that I went downhill after my mother died, you buy that story. But that's a complete bullshit. And I never sold it that way either. That's a complete bullshit story. My decline was descending before my mother died. And it was because of the story I'm about to tell you. So everything I did in my life was to be a better basketball player. On the weekends, I smoked a little bit of pot. I was a fucking top athlete. I went to karate every fucking day. So on top of my basketball, and I delivered newspapers, and I fucking went to my mother's bar and had to help her with shit every day. So my days were filled. I would go to basketball practice, deliver papers, walk up the hill to my mom's bar, help her, and then do a 7:30 karate fucking class. I've always been a fucking animal. Nothing's ever fucking been handed to me here. You gotta work. You gotta get out and fucking move. So I went to fucking superstar basketball camp. I won outstanding rebounder of the fucking week. And you guys could check this all out with Mr. Hurley. You contact a guy named Jim Haig that I was on his podcast. He's a sports writer for the from North Bergen, Jersey City guy, great guy, went to St. Peter's Prep, I think. I know all those guys. I went to 5-star basketball camp. That's Howie Garfinkel's camp. That's one of the best camps in the country. I went there with Fairleigh Dickinson University's coach, Greg Herenda. We go back deep, motherfuckers. This was a different Joey Coco Diaz. This is way before stand-up. This was way before fucking people got put in the trunk of a car. This is way before his mom died and he became a junkie. This was just when I was regular Joey Coco Diaz trying to fucking make it across. Yeah, I was embedded in the Carmine Balzano house, so the word got out, so that helped me a little bit to get across. But I was earning my stripes on my fucking own. Nobody was giving me dick. Once I fucking won the outstanding rebound, that Hurley's fucking joint, I went into the 8th grade. We were fucking spot on to win it. It was me, this kid Chucky McBreen, this kid Dave Ruiz, I forget who the center was, and we had a kid that had just transferred in from New York. He was Dominican. His name was Luis Hernandez, and like I've told you 1,000 times, no disrespect, since he was the only person with an afro within a 10-mile radius, they just gave him the name Louis the Nigger. That was it. And no disrespect, nothing racist. I don't want fucking Black Lives Matter marching on my house. We're talking about 1978. It was a different time in this country. Do you understand me? So relax. Get your fucking, put away your petitions. So, fucking right away, let's sign a petition. Joey said the N-word. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying what his nickname was at the time. Luis Hernandez had legs. That was it. I forgot to tell you. The front row was me, Louis, and Dave. That was the 2 forwards and the center. And the 2 guards were Chucky McBreen, who today is the head coach at Ramapo State College, and this kid by the name of Anthony Balzano. How's that one for you?